Apologies, everyone. That was all on me. I'm really getting tired of the iPhone game. It's really giving me a whole lot more situations and issues than I intended. But this is Positive Vibes, maybe. And I'm trying to stay on my most positive side. I'm one half of the team, and I go by the name of Dash Smith. About to be joined by my partner in crime and my brother, Jetty A-Track. And tonight's episode 139, the post-op, we're being joined by our special guest, Chris. And she's actually going to get into plastic surgery, the cosmetics of it, and kind of just explain where her passion lies with it, why she actually started up the business, the post-op girls, and actually how you can, set up appointments with her and whatnot. So I'm sending these invitations off, try to get this party started. Once again, our apologies. Well, my apologies for real, for the late arrival. And I gotta actually reach out to everyone, make sure that we are on path to starting this episode. Especially since we're so behind. I hate the fact that we started this up so late. I honestly was thinking everybody was going to kick this thing off without me while I was going through all these difficulties, but I'm actually glad that they didn't in the end. So let's just be happy about that. So everybody entering the room, how are y'all doing? And what's the vibes for today? How's everyone's evening coming along? The day is pretty much over, so we're at the night part, so everyone's situating themselves for the rest of the evening and tomorrow. So what's going on with everybody? What's the energy out there? I know once this is done, I got a little late night dinner for me. Well, late night dinner because it's going to be 8+, and I wake up so early. But where's the energy out there? How's everyone feeling? I just want to send off a couple more invitations, and then from there, we'll get this party started. We'll really get this party started. Just waiting on Jetty and our special guest to answer, and then we could tap in from there. There we go. Queen Chicken Head, how you doing, love? By the way, y'all, Queen Chicken Head is going to be talking about Love Jones on the live pretty soon, so definitely show her some love. I know most of y'all are probably seen the classic, and if y'all haven't, definitely find somewhere to stream and get up on it. I've been actually, Queen Chicken Head, you kind of the reason I've been having a little argument between a couple of my coworkers at work. We kind of got into a little debate about is Love Jones overrated within the black community or not. And to my surprise, a lot of people feel that way, which kind of was mind-boggling and upsetting. But hey, people got their choices, people got their tastes and whatnot, so it is what it is. Pretty Ruth, how you doing, love? What's the energy for today? Chris, how you doing? Sorry, my apology, Chris, for the late start. My iPhone was actually acting up, and my partner was just actually waiting for me to get my stuff situated. So now that I'm actually able to have the phone working, we all ready to go. He sent. Actually, Chris, just send me your invitation when you ready to jump up in the live, and we'll get this thing going. My partner, he gonna jump in a couple seconds. So we'll do it from there, and then we'll get this thing situated. Pretty Ruth said, I'm great in a creative zone. How goes it? I'm great. Today has been beautiful. Today is energetic. Despite its, difficulties and, slight interruptions, today has been overall good. And good for the soul, mind, and body. I've been able to get a lot of my creative stuff done today. Been spending the day a lot. Doing a lot of writing today. Just really just getting my stuff situated. So it's been good. Today's been good. Definitely been one for the books. I actually had to type that. I couldn't get that thing off the screen without. There we go. Now, let me just send this last invitation off to Jetty, and then we are good to go. That way he know we are good. Chris, how are you doing?
Hey, good evening. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. My apologies for the late start. Thanks for being patient with us. So while we're waiting on my partner to come join us, I'm just going to get it all started. Um, why don't you introduce yourself to everyone? Let us know what inspired you to start the Post Ops Sisters. What was the inspiration? Um, and honestly, first of all, congratulations first, because I did see that you posted that you was in the article, and I got the chance to read most of it. So first of all, congratulations. I'm proud of you on that. You know. And actually talk about the article as well while you introducing yourself, because all of that kind of fall in line with each other.
No problem. I'm the co-owner of the Post Op Sisters. I started this business last year. Um, I'm a nurse, full-time nurse. My background is med surg, public health, drug and alcohol, and psych. So doing post-op care is like a total left turn. I have 9 years experience in cosmetic dermatology, so they always been my love, the aesthetics world. I got into post-op care and getting back into the aesthetics world during the pandemic. I was tired of being at the bedside due to like a PPE, nursing shortage. Every nurse you talk to right now hate it. Almost every nurse is either leaving the bedside or left during the pandemic. If you work in a hospital, you know. So I knew that I didn't want to part from nursing completely. Nursing is my love, but I knew I had to find another way, find my niche within nursing. I began meeting different colleagues. I took different parts of the country. Um, then I actually met plastic surgeons, and I just started building relationships. And I knew this is something that I love because I live, eat, sleep, breathe post-op care and plastic surgery. And I has any question, I got an answer for you. And then I built relationships with plastic surgeons, so I know exactly how they want their clients cared for. So that's just a little bit of how I started the Post-Op Sisters. I then um, my co-owner is my best friend. We've been best friends since we were 8. That's the co-owner of Post-Op Sisters. So we both own the business. And then I have my sister who's a full-time OR nurse at 2 level 1 trauma hospitals in the city. And I say that because sometimes people think because they got out of surgery or I don't know what goes on in the OR. I have somebody on my team that's a full-time trauma OR nurse in 2 of the most craziest hospitals in the city on my team as well. And I just, when I say we are diligent with constantly educating ourselves about post-op care, I'm diligent. I talk to surgeons. I meet with different colleagues. Last night I did my live with a colleague from Atlanta,
Okay.
well known, well connected with almost every plastic surgeon in Atlanta, and we don't do nothing but I fly back and forth, just to constantly educate myself.
Mm, I like that. I like that. That's definitely good. Right. Especially for the knowledge aspect. In terms Teddy, what's up with you, player?
Part of my tardiness, y'all. How y'all doing? What's going on?
Yeah,
What's going
I thought I was late for everything. Y'all got me beat.
that was all me. Like I said, that was literally all me.
I thought I had a lateness problem. I'm late for everything, but y'all got me beat.
We
No, that,
apologize. We
So
apologize.
good. Ping tapping.
that was me. iPhone still Justin. this this has been a process. This has been a long process. Oh. But all we so far, Chris has introduced herself, told everyone the reason she started the Post Op Sisters, you know, and her inspiration into it. So we just really just barely getting started into it, everything.
Right on. Right on.
But you say you started it with your sister and your best friend. So did you have any reservations about going into business with people so close to you? Have there been like slight maybe hiccups or disagreements or things that like kind of made things possibly more challenging at the beginning than they are now?
I think whenever you go into business with anyone, it's going to be disagreements. It's different personalities coming together trying to build something. So it's always going to be disagreements. For the most part, I don't have no regrets on going into business with the people that's closest to me. No regrets. If I could do it all over, I'm going to do business with the same people. Anytime I do business, I always do business with my best friend. I never did business with nobody else. So I don't have any regrets. Has it been a smooth ride? No, but that's part of being an entrepreneur. That's part of being a business owner. You got ups and downs. So this just wasn't something that's like coming to light overnight. This was time, effort, disagreements, arguments, not speaking. This is what it came down to. But we all know how to get a job done, and that's the bottom line. I put my name on. I take very seriously my business. I don't play around about any of my clients. Can't never. I do a survey just so people, because people sometimes feel like they can't tell you to your face. So I send everybody. I email every client a survey on. No matter if I send my best friend out to do their services, if I send my sister, let me know how y'all feel about my company. Because anything that got my name attached to it, I don't play about it. It's just like, it's like my baby. It's a reflection upon me.
No, you're telling the truth about that. It is. And honestly, as a consumer, you know, like that's definitely ideal in business. You know, like I definitely like to be able to touch it, in fact, with the owners and kind of get their feedback of my experience of what was going on to make their product better and make me, you know, a more of a reliable customer. And with all that said, you know, like that you have disagreements, because I kind of felt the same way. That's honestly why I started the podcast with this young fella right here, you know, like because our previous relationship, it made things a lot easier. And like, even when we have disagreements on stuff, I'm able to go back and be like, you know what, this is family. So like, whatever he coming at me with, I'm listening with an open ear. It's not with the defense of like, I don't really know he probably don't know what he's talking about, you know. But that you guys started with the business as friends, was this something like you all kind of shared in common, or was this something like you just kind of had a passion for, and you were just like, I just want you guys to come along since you're already like in the field?
I started this whole business idea was mine. Actually, by the time I told them about it, everything was done. Like the uniforms, how I wanted everything to go, how I wanted everything to look. Basically, it was just me proposing the business to them. Hey, do y'all want to join this? Do y'all want to do this? What do you think about this? But this is something I didn't tell nobody about. I thought about it. I started researching. I started figuring out, how do I take my classes? Who do I got to take classes with? How do you become certified as a post-op specialist? What are the best classes to take? And basically networking on my own. One thing about me, I don't got no problem with jumping in somebody's DM that I see doing the same thing. Hey, you know, you look like you're doing well. May I ask, where did you take your training at? Or may I ask, how did you get into this field? I never been a hater or, you know, feel like I can't ask anybody anything. So that's when I started doing all that. Once they see it, once my best friend said yes, she didn't have no problem. We both then took like certification classes together. And then, like I said, I had basically the blueprint laid out of how I wanted everything to go.
I respect it. If I may, Chris, because I did come in a little bit late, so I might have missed some of the conversation in the beginning in which you were introducing yourself and your brand. But if I'm not stepping over old piano keys, what motivated this particular passion in the field that you're in right now? Because, you know, when we think about post-op, or specifically plastic surgery, there's certain connotations that pop up for the unenlightened, for the uneducated, you know, as far as why a person would choose to do XYZ as opposed to ABC. when there's a whole list of other reasons that could connect to health, that could connect to other things regarding the person, that these facilities and these services are actually needed. So my question to you is, what part of your life did something happen to you that you felt that there was a specific calling for you to care for those individuals that decided to, you know, as far as augmentation or as far as things that they needed necessary for themselves and their own health or their happiness? What motivated you to specifically service to the care for that?
So when in the beginning, I said that I had 9 years of surgery, 9 years experience before I became a nurse. I was a medical assistant. I have 9 years experience of the cosmetic world, the aesthetic world. So I knew the aesthetic world was my love. And I just knew that I didn't want to really go back into dermatology. So where can I stay in aesthetics and still use my nursing, because I'm tired of being at the best. I'm a full-time med surg nurse at one of the craziest hospitals in the city. Where can I go to use my nursing experience to find something I truly love? And I knew the aesthetic world was what I wanted to do. And then I'm like, plastics. I worked for a cosmetic dermatologist who did facial reconstruction, and I was a surgery tech for him. That was my passion. So I'm like, the aesthetics world for Black women is a new big thing. Let's keep it a buck. It's a trend. It's nothing new to white women. I mean, they've been getting plastic surgery for years. They've been getting BBLs, and I just don't like the way people downplay it. And then that Black women starting to do it because this been a white woman's hobby for decades. Breast implants, BBLs. This is nothing new to white women and Hispanic women. BBL started in Colombia. This is nothing new to them. It's a trend to us. So now I feel like everybody wants to say, like I said last night, people want to say plastic surgery is like crack, hit Black women like crack in the 80s. I hate that, because I look at it as Black women getting back into taking care of themselves. This is not something cheap. Plastic surgery is strictly out of pocket. There's no such thing as my insurance is going to cover for it.
Right.
So if you want to take the time out, and it's a journey. I don't know why people think that just because you got plastic surgery, that's it. You have to maintain these results. I tell people, do what's good for you. If paying $10 a month going to Planet Fitness works for you, do that. I don't hate on nobody because they decide to get plastic surgery. I think people think just because you get plastic surgery, you're getting a drastic look to look like social media influencers or, Vixen. You have to come out with a Vixen body. It's a lot of people out here that got Caucasian people that have plastic surgery that you can't tell, because just because you get plastic surgery, it does not have to be a drastic look. It could be something natural. It's a jump start. You could get rid of that stomach, but you got to maintain it. It's a jump start. If you can afford to do the jump start, I say go for it. I'm not against it at all. I'm very transparent on my page, on my business page, and on my personal page. I'm transparent, because when you do plastic surgery, do it for yourself. You don't do it for nobody else. I had plastic surgery. I never cared what nobody thought. I'm not one of them girls that's about to delete all my pictures and only put up the pictures after surgery. That's weird to me. That means you care too much about what people think. And this goes to show you that this is when you do something and it's not for yourself. It's not genuine. If you don't like something, fix it. That's bottom line. You don't like that you overweight, you won't go to the gym. So why hate on me because I spent $10,000 and got my body right? It's the same exact thing. When you go to the gym and you in there 5 days a week trying to get that summer body ready on January 1st, so that way by June or July you can look good. It's the same thing. It's all a form of self-care and taking care of yourself. And that's just the way I look at it.
Respect to it.
All right. So what's all the benefits that your company provide with plastic surgery? Like, how do you make the process smoother for your clients and everything?
Most of my clients that I got is just from marketing. Marketing has been a struggle for me and my business partner. Because this is a new journey. So we just trying to figure out, how do you properly market? I will say, from the time I started my business last year till now, we had one slow period, and that was around Christmas time. But from the day that I launched my business, I have been busy. And I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful. I've been just using social media and I have been networking. And when I say networking, I have no problem with jumping on a flight. My colleague from Atlanta last night, I met her at at a post-op networking event in Atlanta last year. We exchanged numbers and we clicked right then and there. I developed relationships with colleagues. Even in Miami, that's the hot spot for plastic surgery. It's all about developing these relationships with people so that they can feel comfortable referring you. I take classes. When I take classes, I'm in there. I got a big mouth. My business partner, she's more of a reserved person. I'm the one that got the big mouth. And me, I'm in there like, hey, how you doing? Can I get your business card? This is how you build relationships with people.
Yeah.
This is not, nobody just want to figure out about post-op care. And this is something, it's a constant hustle. Because once somebody's done within 2 months after their surgery, I'm done with them. Honestly, they don't need my care no more. So it's a constant hustle. You don't keep these clients forever. So I always have to grind. I always have to market. When I work at my other job that's not the hospital, I only wear post-op scrubs because we allowed to wear whatever kind of scrubs we want. So when I work for the city as well in public health. When I do any type of public health out in the community, when I'm doing vaccine clinics, I don't care what I'm doing as far as public health in the city. I wear nothing but the post-op sisters. I'm going to be a walking billboard for my brand, whatever I have to do for my brand. Because like I said, anything that got my name attached, I'm gonna go hard for it. I wear nothing else but my brand. Even in the hospital, I wear my post-op jacket over top of my seal blue scrubs. When I say this is my business, my baby, I birthed it, I'm going to go hard for it.
Right.
So that's how I get my clientele, by wearing my scrubs all the time. I always keep business cards on me. And I give exceptional service. Some of my clients, I only block out 45 minutes to be in a house. I'm in a house for 2 hours. It become a therapy session. At this point, I'm a nurse and a therapist, but it's building relationships with people, because the best referral to me is one of my old clients. They could give me the best referral.
That's right.
So I build relationships with people. I have no problem with speaking up.
You know, there's something that you said that I want to commend you on and ask you about regarding, you know, how you approach your clientele and your service towards them. And you said that at this point it's like a therapy session. You're there as far as your professional capacity for a certain amount of time, but you go a bit above and beyond the call of duty, if you will, because, you know, you're building a rapport with somebody.
Absolutely. And I talked about this last night in my live. Mental health is a real thing during post-op care. You will get depressed. This is a normal thing. Every plastic surgeon will tell you this. Post-op blues is a real thing. Your body is going through a dramatic change. When you wake up, your body looks a certain way. A week after that, it done changed before your eyes. And then if you didn't do the surgery for yourself, or you had unrealistic expectations, then you hating your body. Now you're regretting getting surgery. Post-op blues and mental health is a real thing. Pre-op, that's why I tell people, you could contact me before you even get surgery. I'm very accessible. Before you get surgery, you could contact me. Who are you doing this for? Is it for yourself? Because if it's for to look like somebody on social media, if it's for your boyfriend, if it's for you to look like your best friend, you ain't going to like it. And what kind of expectations do you have? Mentally, who are you doing this for? Because me, I did it for me. I don't care what nobody thinks. That's why I don't care about putting old pictures versus new pictures up on my page. It's nothing nobody can say to me, because I did it for me. I don't care about if you think my body was okay before. I didn't do this for you. So I think mental health and post-op, pre and post-op of plastic surgery has to be addressed. Has to be. And 90% of my clients, every time I ask them or they don't like their body, well, what made you choose this surgeon? Oh, well, I seen this girl on his social media page. Oh, well, what made you get your body done? Girl, I'm trying to look like Ari. I have not had one client, and I have serviced a lot of women in Philadelphia, and not one person said, well, this is just something I want to do. Everybody is, oh, I want to look like Ari. Oh, I want to look like, they could tell me every celebrity they want to look like, and not one woman in this city, or a client that I have serviced, and because I got clients in Jersey and Delaware, have ever said that I ex have ever said, I'm doing this for me. Everybody want to look like somebody else. Nobody want to be themselves these days.
Yeah, that's true.
That's ironic, but I feel where you coming from. But I also brought that up too because I wanted to walk a little bit as far as, you know, the therapy aspect in your service. And you know, there's something that's significant about this procedure that invests itself a lot with pain, right? But let's put things into real life perspective. A lot of things in life in general invests itself with pain. You know?
Absolutely.
So with that being said, I wanted to ask you, what's the nature of the conversations that you have with people that are going through pain, especially being somebody that went through similar pain to some degree, you know what I mean, that you can empathize with your clients? Like, if I was a client, you know what I'm saying, what kind of conversations would you have with me to help me with something that you technically can't help me with, because it's my pain and I'm the only one that can endure it and process it, because it, you know what I'm saying, it's my
So
body that
talking about physical pain,
um,
or are we talking about mentally in
both
pain?
both
Both.
Both. Yeah, both. If
So
you
physical pain, I'm asking you, what did your doctor prescribe you? How to treat pain? The best way to treat pain is to stay ahead of pain. Physically, be talking about. So when I come in and you just get off of your flight from DR or Miami and you screaming of pain, when the last time you took medicine? Oh, well, I don't want to get addicted to pain meds, but when you're in this level of pain, you're not getting addicted, because Percocet is only cutting the edge of the pain after surgery. I'm gonna tell you and be honest. That Percocet is only cutting the edge. You're not getting addicted to it. Go ahead and take it. Rotate that Percocet with Tylenol or whatever. But the game with pain is staying ahead of pain. Once you let pain get excruciating, it's hard to manage it. So first thing I come in is I tell people. Sometimes I even write a MAR, which is like you write the med, when it's due, last time they have it. It's a grid that we use in nursing. So I will even write that down for people. This is the time when I came here. You said you took it a half an hour before I came. I always text my clients when I'm en route. And if I know I have to do something like pull a drain, remove sutures, anything where it's going to induce any more pain, I always remind them, hey, I'm en route. I'm 30 minutes from you. Please go ahead and take your pain medicine if you have not already done so. So physically, I monitor their pain. What are you taking for pain? I have a lot of people that like to smoke weed, while they said that works the best for pain reliever and anxiety while they're recovering. I highly don't recommend smoking. Smoking delays your healing, but I only could tell people, and you're going to do what you want regardless. So physically, stay ahead of pain. I will legit write everything down for you. Mentally, I tell people this is a pain that doesn't last forever. It's just like giving birth. This pain don't last forever. You will forget about this pain. However, I need you to stay focused. And focus, when I say focused, I mean drinking your water, staying hydrated. Because plastic surgery, I don't care how fast you bounce back from it, it is a major surgery. It is just as major as having open heart surgery. It is major. You are shifting your electrolytes, the balance of your electrolytes. It's a major surgery. You can faint, you can pass out, you can lose too much blood. So mentally, I tell them, where are you at mentally? Are you okay? All right. Well, listen, I need you to stick to the game plan. I just checked your hemoglobin. Your hemoglobin is at a 7 or 8. I need you to drink this beet juice. I don't care how nasty it is. If not, you're going to need a blood transfusion. So mentally, I'm nice with my clients, but I'm very firm, because I need people to understand how serious this is. It's still a major surgery. I think we take it too lightly, because sometimes you could walk out of surgery. Some people walking 3 hours after they got out of surgery, they up walking around. You look, as soon as you walk past the mirror, you notice that butt that you got back there, you just didn't have 5 hours ago. So now you up and you forgetting. I'm very stern with my clients, and I think that's the nursing background in me. Hold on. I know we got a new body, but let's hold on. I need you to take it slow. I need you to diet properly. Certain things you cannot eat after surgery. And that's salt. Anything with salt, you blow up. So I'm stern, but I also ask people mentally, how are you mentally? That's my first question. How are you feeling? What's going on mentally? Because like I said, people get depressed. I was one of them after surgery. I'm not gonna lie, I had post-op blues. You have to have a support system. When you can't drive, you cannot sit down, you can't go to the store. So that means you can't get your hair done unless you not do your own hair. You are kind of like dependent upon people. And then when you're by yourself, you need help getting up and down. You need help getting on the toilet. So mentally, I was feeling like I was a burden on everyone. And a lot of people start feeling like that. So my first question, as soon as I come in, hey, how you doing? How you feeling this week? Because in the beginning, I'm seeing you 3 times a week. First thing. I don't even think I asked about pain. I always ask mentally, how are you? Well, what can we do to change this? Do you have somebody that could come over here and sit with you a few hours out of the day? Is there anything you need me to help you get before I leave? Do you need me to help you get back into your surgical garment? Because something just as simple as helping somebody get into their surgical garment is a big sigh of relief. Them surgical garments take you 20 minutes to put on.
Yeah, I feel you.
So I just feel like I check on and I text everybody. And I leave an open door thing to my clients. Text me at any time. I don't care what time of night it is. Everybody, any of my clients have a way to contact me. If you having too much pain and you don't know if you have an infection or something, call me. Text me. I don't do business. I do business hours when I reply to inquiries. I have an 8 p.m. cutoff. But if you are my client under my care, there's no cutoff time. I'm very accessible. And like I said, I take my company serious. When you texting somebody, you texting me. You ain't texting. You don't got to go through 800 people. You're not texting my aunt, my mom, and they going to relay the message. No, when you text, you're texting me.
Right on.
Yeah, I like that. So we do have a question. Hershey Kisses asks, what services does your company provide?
So I do post-op care, which is incisional drainage. I do seroma drainage. I pull drains. I do post-op massages, aka lymphatic massages. I do wood therapy, body contouring, which I'm trying to hire somebody now, or an esthetician to do body contouring. Bring somebody else on the team to do body contouring because I'm bombarded with post-op care. But I do body contouring. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I mean, we have a few things like merchandise that we sell, as far as like waist trainers and oils with arnica, which we know arnica is good for after surgery for swelling and bruising.
Okay.
No, I actually, you just honestly just picked me up once there. I had no idea it was an oil for it. Okay. That's a lot. So what is the body contouring? Like, I actually seen you post about it a few times. Never actually take the time to understand what it was.
So body contouring is the method where you could use after surgery. After surgery in my company, I do not do it before 6 to 8 weeks, because your body has gone through so much trauma. You have so much swelling and fluid that if anybody is doing it before then, honestly, they try and take your money. I'm not in the business to try and take your money. I'm a full-time nurse. If I need money, it's so much money out here for nurses right now. I could go. I'm not in the business of robbing nobody. I don't get nowhere by doing it.
Right.
But the machine, it's a machine, lipocavitation, which just melts the fat cells. You could use that for people who never had plastic surgery, and you could use it post-op. Like I said, I don't use it before 8 weeks with any of my clients. And radio frequency, which tightens the skin. And like I said, you can use, I lost my train of thought. Oh, the reason why I don't use them before 6 to 8 weeks is because honestly, you have so much fluid between the abdominal wall and your skin. When I use that machine, I'm targeting fluid. I'm just eating your money up because you're not going to see no results. I'm eating your money up. It's targeting fluid. The goal is to move all the lymphatic fluid, and reduce all that fluid before you even try and use that machine. And another thing is, I don't understand why people be so hype over the body contour machines after surgery. Because if you just paid $10,000, why you worry about this little piece? Not calling the machine a piece of junk, but why you worry about this little machine? You just paid somebody $10,000. I never understood that. Give your body time to heal. Nobody want to be patient. This is a journey. It takes a while. I will say that, reiterate it. I am 4 months post-op. Every morning I wake up, I am in pain. I cannot sit for long periods of time. This is a journey. You have to be patient. It's nothing going to happen overnight. You are not going to look like the girl in the videos overnight. It takes patience. It takes time. It takes diligence. You have to be diligent. Post-op care is so important. I had a plastic surgeon tell me, Dr. Fasusi from Mia Aesthetics, he said, yes, you pay me, but I'm only doing 50% of the work. The other 50% is strictly post-op care. How well you do post-op care. If you sit down too early, you can change the shape of your butt. If you don't compress and wear the thigh high, your body is like clay, literally. I literally left something on my skin, I think I slept on something, and it's like clay. Like, it leaves an indentation. You have to educate yourselves. And this year, this is my goal. Since it's like crack that hit black women in the 80s, my job this year is to educate black women about plastic surgery. Because I'm tired of too many of my clients laying on these tables, and only thing they could tell me is they wanted to look like this person. They didn't do research because, well, they had a good sell. It was only $4,000. That's all I had. So, and I want this body. No, you got to educate yourself. It's same way. It's a $1 billion industry right now. Any doctor could perform plastic surgery. They're a medical doctor. There is, and I don't bash nobody and I don't name drop, but if you're big in the plastic surgery world or you're doing your education, it is one of the top surgery centers that have a pediatrician doing plastic surgery on women.
Oh.
That's like me letting I don't know, the electrician change the oil in my car. It don't go like that. Like, some stuff you just can't do. You have to be educated in this field. And guess what? They just gonna keep taking your money, especially black women money, because we the ones light about to get cut off, but everybody's flying down to Miami. You come back, your light is off. When I come into some of these people's house, I see mouse traps everywhere. The couch all ripped up. But listen, they found a way to get that $8,000 to get their body done. So I just say, this is my year. I'm going to educate. If we going to do this, because guess what? We the one that's keeping them in business. We are definitely keeping these surgeons in business. Then I want to educate y'all. I want y'all to go down there and make sure your surgeon is board certified. Make sure your anesthesiologist is board certified. How many liters are they allowed to take? Because every state have different regulations and guidelines. If you're going out of the country, which I don't have a problem with people going out of the country, but just know the infection rate is much higher. The death rate is much higher. Can you tell me if your surgeon's board certified? I tell everybody, go on realself.com. Go to Google. Don't just use social media. Is your surgery center, because everybody calls these surgery centers chop shops. Is your surgery center certified through JCO? JCO is who certify hospitals. I'm just educating you. I'm just trying to educate.
Dig on it. Ms. Davis said, how is the mental process? Pardon me, she asked, how is the mental process?
Mentally, leading up to the surgery, I was okay. I was checking my labs. The moment I booked my surgery in May. I had my surgery in September. The moment I booked my surgery and said, okay, I've been trying to get surgery for the past 3 years, but I've been doing a lot of research. My original doctor was in DR. Okay, Krista, take your time, do this right, look into it. And I finally let everybody talk me out of going to the DR, and I stayed in the States. And I had an amazing surgeon. The moment I booked my surgery in May, that's just the nurse in me. I asked my primary to run labs so I could see what I had to work on. The number one thing with surgery is your hemoglobin. That's your blood count. I'm anemic. I have a problem with iron deficiency. So I knew that was my problem. So I just asked my primary, listen, run it for me. Sure enough, my blood count was low, and it's below my surgeon's requirements. So I began taking supplements. Mentally, I'm okay. I know I could get this together. I know I could, I know what to take. The closer and closer I got to surgery, I was getting a little nervous, but I was excited because this is something I finally did for myself. Once again, this was for nobody else. So I finally got the courage to do it for myself, even leading up to the day of surgery, to the day I took off, because I went to Miami and I got on the flight. I was like, okay, I'm cool. My business partner, which is my best friend, went with me. I said, no, I'm cool. She's like, well, I'm nervous. I'm not. I'm ready. The morning I woke up for surgery, she woke me up like, let's go. We got to get to your surgeon by 6:30 in the morning. All right. We got there. They called me in the back. I said, all right, I'll see you later. I did get nervous when the doctor came in, like when he was talking to me, but that's just everybody get nervous when they in front of a physician. Afterwards, I did have post-op blues. I think it was more so I worked 60 hours a week. I work 2 jobs and I run a business. So having to solely depend on people, call somebody, hey, can you drive me here? Because I can't sit on my behind. Hey, can you go to the market for me? That is what drove me crazy. Having to depend on people, not being able to do my daily routines. I'm big on my hair, my nails, and taking care of myself. So I can't do that for over a month. I'm basically at other people's beck and call. This is when I was the most vulnerable, and I felt like I just needed, and I had a support system. My mom even came and stayed with me for 2 months, but it was just something about not being able to do stuff on my own. Then looking in the mirror and was like, I don't like these results. This ain't what I paid for. Like, I was damn near about to bash my doctor. This not what I don't like this. But I had the stuff that I was preaching to my clients. I then had to take my own advice. Krista, trust the process. Krista, take your time. It's not no overnight thing. I think I started liking my body maybe by the time I was 4 or 5 weeks. Once a lot of the swelling went down. But I was one of them that was like, oh, this can't be it. This can't. I was just so swollen. And it's the thing that trips with my mind is that you do this for a living. You know this is part of the process. But when I was in that position, it was nothing you could tell me. I hated my body. It's nothing you could tell me. I don't like this. That's not what I paid for. Who do I gotta pay to fix this? I'm going for round 2. I was telling everybody that 4 weeks post-op, I'm getting to round 2. I'm about to start working overtime. I'm getting to round 2 in 6 months. I'm going back. And plastic surgery is very addictive. Very addictive. I'm not gonna lie. Once you get one round, you want to find something. Oh, well, maybe I should do this, or maybe I should get my breasts done. It is an addiction.
So what's the recovery process? Like, how long should that typically last? Because I'm hearing you say you past 4 weeks and you're still going through pain. So about like how long, or is it just like depending on?
I was like, after 6 weeks, you're allowed to sit down. No, let me change that. Depending on who your surgeon is. Some surgeons say most surgeons say 6 to 8 weeks. You have some surgeons like Dr. Fasusi, I love him, but he say 3 months, don't sit down. My surgeon was 6 to 8 weeks. So after 6 to 8 weeks, I could sit down. So I think people think that after 6 to 8 weeks, you're completely healed. That is not the case. You are not completely healed. In fact, like I said, I'm 4 months and I'm still having pain. Still can't sit down for a long time. I didn't expect this to be like this. I'm like, I'm gonna be okay because I'll take care of I'm diligent with my post-op care. It has nothing to do with that. It takes a year, and I have clients that's over a year post-op that still have aches and pains. I have my cousin that's a year post-op, and we just are like, we can't sit down. I can't sit on concrete or anything that's a hard surface. That's maybe you give me 5 minutes and I gotta stand up. Even sitting down normally I don't sit down for a long period of time. I stand up and balance it out some. So the recovery is definitely extends past 6 to 8 weeks. It's a journey. It's a journey. That's the only thing I can say. It's a journey.
That's what it sounds like. All right. So did anyone around you have like any reservations for you? Like, I hear like how you did this for yourself, but a lot of people do this for others. So I'm just interested, like, were the ones around you like super supportive when you went to them and said this was something you had, or did you meet a lot of feedback of like, no, you shouldn't do this, or I like your body the way it is, or like the typical conversation that will occur where one expresses plastic surgery to another loved one?
Well, of course, all of my friends, my close friends, when I told them like, all right, yo, I think I'm gonna do it. Everybody was like, yes, yes, yes. Now, of course, the older people in your family is like, well, what is this? But why do you gotta get that?
That's what I was curious about.
Older people in the family, like, well, girl, you is crazy, and you know what you could spend with that kind of money. You know what you could do. Leave your body alone. God made, that's how older people get, and it's just like, okay, like. I really didn't care because I already paid my tab, and there's no refunds with plastic surgery. It's a no refund policy. I don't know if anybody told y'all, but it's a no refund policy. Okay, you might get no deposit or nothing. So yeah, I really didn't care what nobody said. I did have people, like I said, older people in my family that just was like, well, why you want to do that? Or And I didn't even tell a lot of people. I just showed up at a family event and everybody could tell from my body that was different. I told the closest people, which is my mom, my aunt, and my girlfriends. I didn't need to put it on blast and tell everybody. I wasn't looking for answers from anybody. I didn't care. I already had my mind made up what I was doing. So it was no need for me to broadcast, hey guys, I'm getting ready to get surgery. I'm going to go get my stomach and my butt. It's no need for that. Because I don't care what you think. I don't care what nobody think about nothing about me. Because I'm true to myself. I know who I am.
Dig on it. Dig on it. So, Ms. Chris, you mentioned a little while ago, not too long ago, that, you know what I'm saying, just the thrill of being able to change your appearance and to mold the body to the way that you visualize it, it can be addictive, you know? So I want to ask you, through this 4-month post-op healing process that you've endured so far, has there been any lessons or has there been any instances in which you can pull some gems or things that can help you along the lines of moderation so that it doesn't become an addiction for you as well?
No, nothing. I expected all this. I was fully educated on this is what could potentially happen. Not potentially, it happens to everybody after this type of surgery. It's a major surgery. So no, I don't have no regrets. Would I do it again? Absolutely. I would. If I could do it all over, I would do it again, because I knew that it was something about my body that I didn't like, and it was mainly my stomach. I got 2 kids. I don't want to have a mom belly forever. We have to change this. The gym ain't cutting it. I had 2 C-sections. The gym ain't going to fix what I need fixed. And how many times I'm going to keep going to this gym? Is only the top getting flat, but the bottom is a fupa. I don't like this. I'm going to change it. So no, it's nothing. If I had to do it again, if my stomach get fat again, I'll do it again. Because some stuff the gym just won't correct. That's just like, I don't care if your stomach is hanging down to your knees, you go to the gym 7 days a week, 2 hours a day. It's not work. It was more so the excessive skin. It's nothing wrong with my weight. My weight was fine. The way I was shaped was fine. It was more so the excessive skin that bothered me. And that's why I was like, well, let me just take care of it, because the gym can't fix this.
Right. I dig that.
So after the surgery, has it been like easier for you to think your shape and everything, or has it been like more difficult, like, I guess, throughout the pain and everything?
What? Like getting dressed?
Well, just staying in shape in general, like just like keeping up with your day to day, like
Well,
going.
I'm still early in post-op, so this early in post-op, you can't diet. The goal is to feed the fat. So I got a BBL. So I kind of don't diet right now because I lost a few pounds. And like my surgeon said, the goal is not to lose weight. You need to either stay where you at or gain a few. So I haven't really had to diet. Within the first 4 to 6 months, he don't recommend no dieting. So, I mean, I'm not just out here eating anything, but I'm not eating salads every day and protein shakes. That's just not what I'm doing. Maybe now it might be time for me to start watching what I'm eating now. But before, no, it was have it your way. And when he say have it your way, and I need people to understand this, maybe the first 6 weeks is have it your way. Eat whatever the hell you want to eat. Watch the sodium. But have it your way mean healthy fats, avocados, salmon, things that's high in good fats. That's what's going to help keep the fat, because we know when you do a BBL, you could lose up to 40% of the fat that's transferred from wherever. You could get fat transferred from your thighs, your chin, your arms, or your abdomen and your back. Transfer to the butt. No matter where you get a transfer from, up to 40% of that fat you can lose. So a lot of women just be coming home eating. That's the goal. Keep eating. We not dieting. We ain't trying to lose no fat. We trying to save all the fat cells that was transferred.
So it kind of like balances what was removed from one section up, you know what I'm saying, telling the body that, you know what I mean, this section needs some replacement, or this section needs whatever it needs to, you know what I mean, kind of like reshape or put things.
for the fat to survive.
Right.
And where you got the fat removed, you can still get fat cells there again. Lipo is not a fix for fat. However, it's harder for fat cells to regrow there. It's not impossible. So sometimes you might notice women arms get fatter, their thighs get fatter, their stomach take it's slower before, you know, everything else gonna get fat. But the stomach will get fat. Lipo is not a fix. That's why I said people think that plastic surgery is the fix. You still have to maintain it. You still have to maintain it. You can't just keep eating what you want every day. Them fat cells will come back. Lipo does not kill fat cells.
Right.
Okay. This has been quite educational because a lot of this I haven't really entertained myself on knowing too much. But I have dealt with a lot of women in my past that plastic surgery has occurred, you know, and like how you said before, about it being like a mindset to look like an influencer. Most times that was the conversation of like, oh, I want to look like this girl, I want to look like that girl, and it wasn't really a conversation of this what I want to do for myself. Like, so
Right.
it's definitely good. Like,
My comments for some reason isn't working. So if somebody have a question, y'all want to read it to me.
Same. Comments is frozen on my end. Dash, do we have any that we can get to?
okay, so okay. Well, most of them just been agreeing with what you said. We do have one from Resilient One who concurs said post plastic surgery is an investment and that people would tend to save money for surgery. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, they saved enough money for surgery and not for the post-op care, you know.
My business partner, so that's the other post-op sister.
Okay.
She can agree.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something to that nature, and thank you to Resilient One for that comment. What is there any program that you provide, or is there an incentive or something in which somebody who might have not thoroughly thought out a plan for the whole thing as far as the surgery and the post-op, is there some service that you could provide for those who may have been a bit ill-equipped to allow them to, you know what I'm saying, still get what they want and still get the care that they deserve as well?
I do payment plans. That's about it. But the full deposit must be made before
Right.
because no shade, and please don't think I'm trying to be smart. But when you book that surgery and you got down there, did you tell that surgeon? Because they'll let you bring like maybe $1,000, $2,000 cash. But when you get down there, you ain't gonna tell that surgeon, listen, I'm 1,000. Is there any way you could help a sister out? They don't care. They don't care if you $50 short. Do you got this money?
Right.
I thought I paid all my surgery off. I still had a $700 balance. They called me the night before my flight. Yeah, we gonna cancel this surgery. I thought I paid off. Oh no, you have a $700. All right, well, can I pay it now?
Right.
And I done gave you almost $10,000, and you gonna complain over $700? So I gotta have the same mindset as the surgeons. Y'all not bargaining these surgeons. When you go down there, they want every quarter dime nickel from you. I tell people, listen, when you book your surgery, if you want to do a deposit with me and then pay per month towards a package, you're more than welcome to. But you're not about to nickel and dime me and shortchange me when you come off that flight. No, this is why this is my year. I'm going to educate all of my dials, all of my kin dials, because men get plastic surgery, they get BBLs too. I'm educating y'all. If you don't have at least $3,000 to put to the side towards post-op, because we don't know what's going to happen. Fibrosis, you could develop seromas. These are surgical complications that nobody planned for, but they cost. So you have to put it to the side. I strongly encourage people to, if you only have money for your surgeon, you're not ready for plastic surgery. Bottom line. If you only got that $7,500 that your surgeon has charged you, you are not ready for plastic surgery. Because post-operative care is more than just massages. It is your thigh highs. It is your foams, your boards. This is stuff that's not optional. You can't juggle, should I get it or not? It's mandatory. You don't know if you're going to need supplements, certain medications. Not all insurances cover all this stuff. You have to financially be prepared for plastic surgery. It is a rich woman's hobby. It's an investment.
That's what partner is pretty much saying. She said we encourage everyone to plan ahead.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You have to. You have to. And the post-op massages are not optional. Most surgeons tell you, listen, the next day, post-op massages start 24 to 48 hours, depending on who the surgeon is. 24 hours, you most of the time after surgery. From the first day, and then the first day, massages run about $80 to $100 per massage. The first 5 days, you should be getting a massage every day. You $500 in a hole right then and there.
Yeah.
2 to 4 is 3 times a week. Okay, there you go. Like, it's very expensive. Fajas cost from good fajas. I'm not talking about the stuff you could get on Amazon. Good fajas run you from $150 to $200. You're going to need more than one, because what you going to keep putting that same one on every day? Some of your incisions is draining. Them fajas start to stink when you don't wash them. That's why I say you financially, you have to prepare. I always tell people I'm very accessible. I'm big on educating people before they get down there, because I hate when people get off their flight and y'all trying to shortchange me. Well, why do I gotta pay? I see on my invoice it's a $20 travel fee. Gas almost $4 a gallon. All my services are done in the comfort of your home. Now you want to shortchange me? Did you tell that plastic surgeon, well, can you deduct, because I'm coming to you, I'm getting on this flight and I'm coming to you, can you deduct my airfare? No.
Right.
We not about to do that with me. No, I don't know. And I'm not one of them people post-op that's just trying to nickel and dime me. Well, yeah, you need a massage every day, you 2 and 4 weeks. I'm not in the business of getting nobody. I'm very honest. Any of my clients could tell you I'm very honest. Listen, you're not retaining a lot of fluid. You are compressing well. There's no need for me to be here every day. I will see you in 3 or 4 days. I'm not in the business of getting nobody. Any of my clients could tell you that. I'm very, very honest about when they need a massage, how often they should get a massage. And like I said, I have some clients, when Saturday night come, they go out and they drinking. Prior to this live, somebody was on my phone asking me, please squeeze me in. I need to be squoze in. And that's you drink, you swell up. Please. I'm like, I'm trying to get the y'all in reply back, and it's just because alcohol blows you up. Right. Salt blows you up. Where salt go, water follow. You swell up. So now you are, when I say when you swell, it feel like your skin is on fire. That's the best way I can explain it. It's not a regular swollen. It's more like your skin is stretching and you legit feel like you're on fire. I done had a few drinks and I'm leaving wherever I'm at within an hour. So I get it, but you're not about to shortchange me. That's the best. I don't know. Playing wisely.
Okay. Now, overall, like, how much a person planning out, like, for the procedure and the post-op, like, how much roughly should they, like, think to save up before they actually invest in this?
That's a broad question.
That's too broad? And
the only reason why I say that is because we know Miami prices are very cheap for plastic surgery. You go down there and get a BBL for $4,000 or $5,000. You get a BBL and lipo 360 for maybe $6,000. But if you come up here to the northern states, and the reason why that is because the state of Florida does not require their surgeons to have malpractice insurance. Be careful with that. The state of Florida does not require that's like you buying a house without homeowners insurance. This is a risk we take, though. Right. Buying a house, you driving your car without car insurance. So that lets you know that's how hard it is for you to sue them. You have to damn near die before you could reach a settlement with those doctors. The state of Florida protects them. That's why every plastic surgeon flock to practice in Florida. The death rate is higher in Florida than it is in any other state. That's why. Yeah. So that's the broad question, because I have physicians up here in surrounding counties and in North Jersey. It's a doctor in North Jersey that does some amazing work. But he charged my client $20,000. But you get what you pay for. The level of care is different. When you go to Miami, it's a constant revolving door. You getting wheeled in, 10 minutes later, they call in the next person. I really think while you under anesthesia, they do half of the surgery, jump over to the next person and come back. But the care is different up here when you pay that $20,000. because they only doing maybe 2 or 3 patients a day. In Miami, they doing 8 a day.
Right.
And then you got to do the math. If a BBL and lipo take 2 hours, 2 times 8 is 16. You ain't no physician working 16 hours a day. So who's doing your surgery? That has been a big topic for everybody in the plastic surgery world. So the price, it depends on where you're going for your surgery. Now, don't get me wrong. Miami has some amazing surgeons, amazing. But it's the risk you take. So if you're going to Miami, and it also depends on what you're getting. We know tummy tucks cost more. Tummy tucks can run you up to $10,000. Lipo and BBL is the cheapest things right now. So that could run you maybe $5,000 or $6,000 in Miami. Then you want to add on stuff. They got J plasma. They got a bunch of stuff that you can add on. So it depends on the procedure you get. And if we strictly talking about BBLs, which is a Brazilian butt lift, fat being transferred from a certain area to the buttocks, that's a BBL. In Miami, $5,000 to $6,000. And a lot of these doctors, because of all that PUA money, doubled their prices. Some physicians was charging $6,000 last year. Effective the first of this year, they went up to $13,000. So I'm not talking about the January 1st prices. I'm talking about what they was charging last year, $7,000. And then by the time you book your flight, you need somewhere to stay, because you got to stay down there for at least 4 days. That's hotel. Then you got to get a rental car, food, or you can stay at a recovery house. I mean, come on now, you damn near at 10,000 already. Then you need to save an extra 3,000 for post-op care.
Yeah, dang. Yeah.
And this is all out of pocket.
This is the only thing you can use your insurance for is your prescriptions, and not all insurance cover it. Not all, especially people that be going down there with Medicaid. Like, you can't bring Pennsylvania Medicaid to Miami and expect them to cover all your prescriptions.
Right.
But everything is out of pocket. They don't take not AP. They don't want to see your insurance card. They want to see your driver's license and your credit card. That's it.
Man, I need to come up on a bag so I could be the insurance. So, hey, motherfucker, what, nigga?
Money
Out this motherfucker.
dollar industry. It's no secret. This is a $1 billion industry. And then, like I said, these doctors in New York, they charging $25K to lay on a table, and women are paying. They're booked and busy right now. I just had a surgeon in North Jersey. The state of New Jersey, due to COVID, shut down put the law in effect to shut down all elective procedures. Elective procedures is anything non-emergent. This surgeon is having a heart attack because it's 2 weeks he can't do surgery, and he's booked and busy. Now it's pushing him back, and he's the one that's charging $20,000 to lay on his table. And women are coming in there with cash.
Sheesh.
This is an investment for real.
I know people that's taking 3 years to pay off their surgery. They'll let you take however long you want to pay it off, but just know it's cash. Cash only. I don't care how long you take. It's cash only, though.
Damn. Well, this has been educational on so many levels. Like, thank you for joining us. We actually passing the 63-minute mark at this time, so we typically just run an hour.
It was a pleasure to chat with y'all. I hope I answer everyone's questions. I hope you know.
Oh yeah, well, the bulk of the questions remaining left are just asking about price lists, but like how you said earlier,
yeah, I'm gonna put my business page on there, and then people could contact me like that.
Okay, yes, that's be perfect. I actually post that up on the story so they can get in contact with you as well, you know. And I'll tag it with the episode, that way as they view it, they can scroll down and that's available. But once again, thank you for joining us, you know. And
thank you.
Cosmetic plastic surgery. Thank you for joining us.
Pleasure. Thank you. I appreciate y'all for even considering me.
Oh no, thank you for joining. But how could people get in contact with you outside of your pages? You know, well, definitely say your pages, your account pages, how they can reach you, how they can book you, and set up an appointment for themselves.
So you could book a phone consultation with me. My business phone number is 215-720-1226. You could text me, call me, leave me a message. All inquiries are responded to within 24 hours. You could also email me, info@postopsisters.com. My website It's the inquiry form on here. Postopsisters.com. Everything, all methods of contact for me are in my bio on my business page, the business and my personal page. Or any way to contact me, you can slide in my DM. I'm on social media all the time. Like I said, I'm very accessible for any. You don't even have to book me for my services. If you have a question about plastic surgery, I'm here to answer it.
That's love. That's what's up. And Chris, once again, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being so transparent. But before we're out of here, we do have a tradition here at PVM, man. And since you were, you know, the holder of such information and such gems regarding your work and regarding your services, what's one thing that you would like to leave on this table as a lasting thought before you get up out of here? Before we all get up out of here, honestly.
I want people to stop saying, I'm telling you, it bugs me. I'm a elitist. Black women, do not be ashamed to get plastic surgery. It's a form of self-care. It's a form of taking care of yourself. If y'all didn't gain nothing else, do this for yourself. I'm pro gym, but I'm also pro plastic surgery. So if you didn't gain nothing else, if I didn't drop anything else, it's a form of luxury self-care.
Right on, right on. Y'all heard what I'm saying? Chris, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having
Shout
me.
out to the post-op sisters, y'all.
Yes, yes, yes.
Knowledge and the information that these young ladies are out here giving y'all, and the services that these young ladies are also offering y'all. I go by the name of Jetty A Tracks, my brother.
Dash Smith, thank you all for joining us. This has been Positive Vibes Made. Check us out every Wednesday and Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this episode will be available on YouTube by this time on the weekend. So definitely for your viewing pleasure, tune in. Thank you again.
Good night. Yes.